Hello everyone, I'm Steve and I am going to do something I've never done before, and I don't mean the kit. I usually just take a heap of pictures and do a slideshow visual log of builds, but I've been watching Aztec Dummy and he's inspired me to do things a little differently. So let's see how this goes. It's probably going to suck and be about as good as the Prime Minister's political career. But anyway, so I have before me the Moebius Discovery model kit, and I'm not going to open the box and put all the parts out because my workspace is too small for that, and you've probably seen it if you're watching this on other people's channels. But I am going to do something a little bit different. I'm a bit of a patriot, so I am going to do this without the great big spine. I will use some of those parts and of course the antenna, but I am going to do it as an Australian Space Force vessel. I'm going to cop some hate for that, from the sci-fi purists out there, but hey, you know what? It's my model and I'll do what I bloody well want. So the idea is these are not going to be, well, they're still going to be doors, but this will be labelled up like evac pod, and then cargo 1 and cargo 2. I'm going to do something different with the docking collars, because all of this is not going to be there. And then I'm going to mount the dish differently, and I'm going to mess around with arming it. And don't like go, oh fuck, what's he going to do? I'm going to, I haven't decided where yet. Not up here, I know that for certain, because it looks stupid. But I'm going to give it like air-to-air missiles, like I don't know if you've ever seen something like Wing Commander, old school movie, you know, so somewhere there's a weapons rack, ordnance detaches from the ship, it fires and it fucks off to blow something up. So yeah, so basically this will have a name of the ship up the top, along the front here, and I'm waiting on some bits and pieces, namely a decal sheet which has got Australian military insignia, and yeah, I will shorten this down and we'll just have to see how it goes. So I'll just do bit by bit updates. I'm not gonna do a time-lapsey thing because I'm gonna bugger up somewhere. So yeah, this is going to be, well, what I'm planning it to be will be as if our government hadn't royally fucked everything up, and you know what Australia could be and or could have or could have had, whichever you want to say it. And basically, if America's got a space force, then fuck, why can't Australia? So yeah, let's see what happens. Hello, massive progress, I know. Half the bridge. Something I've already noticed about these Moebius kits is that's glorious thick styrene and really, oh, focus, motherfucker. Beautiful, really good panel lines and detail. Should be able to do something pretty cool with that. So again, nothing exciting as yet, but I have, sorry about that, done the forward section, I suppose you could say, of the command module. I have done an all-over prime with this, and then as you can see I've pre-shaded with this, and then I will be using these. these booster sections. I'm going to paint this probably a German grey, because in my build this is an entry heat shield, and as you can see, like, so it's all, I mean, everyone knows the Discovery was modular, so it was like, come on module, engines, engine nozzles, forward docking collar, because I'm guessing there's an airlock in here somewhere, or attachment collar, into this, into that ridiculous long thing, and then into the engines, or the nuclear compartment. So the whole ship's modular, so my notion is you have this, which has, you know, room for cargo and evac, entry heat shield, which I'm assuming would, well, I would imagine, or what I'm imagining is if this thing were real, there'd be some form of landing compartment, heavens above, braking thrusters. So ship's launched, it's got all of this attached, and then it hooks up to whatever configuration is needed, be it this long spiny thing or what I'm doing, and then comes back from wherever, detaches from long spiny thing or whatever, uses these to maneuver to either dock with a station or break orbit and land, and so it comes in a bit like an Apollo module or what have you, comes in backwards, detaches this early and leaves it in orbit, and that's what lands to be reused. So yeah, basically a hectic capsule. But anyway, we'll keep going. Okie dokie, I have got, well, pretty much my heat shieldy part for the back of the command module done. This goes around the bridge, which I decided should probably have some sort of heat shielding. You've seen that, which at the moment looks like a spastic, I don't know, Pokeball, and I've got that drive section primed, and I'm going to do something different, like hazard colours on this little ring, so more to come. Okay, so I have got my base colours down on this. Yes, it looks mottled, it's grey and white and neutral white and pre-shaded, but I didn't want a solid white, and I will, what's the word, do panel lining on that, but I left it darker around the rear because I've misplaced it for the time being. Well, no, I haven't, because there's the heat shield, and my idea is that breaks orbit and re-enters and then spins around or what have you to land. I've done hatches, engine nozzles, docking colliery thing, or in drives, and that's it for now. So it's been a quick minute, but here is the command section and jettisonable drive or booster section finished, ready for a couple of decals, coming along quite nicely. Yeah, so this is going to be the Royal Australian Air Force Space Division. So the ship's name is the Australia. I haven't figured out the prefix yet. Registry 1882. And if you know your history, you'll know where that comes from. Yeah, ready for a few decals, and then clear coat, then onto the rest of the ship. Okay, got the command section of the Australia pretty much done, just waiting on an aftermarket decal sheet so I can get some more, not signage but logos. Got some bridge detail, cargo bay 1, evac pod and rescue hatch, cargo bay 2, airlock with rescue instructions and a little control pad, RCS, and yes, I know that the drive is a different colour, but I wanted it to be, well, basically taking a page out of Elon Musk's book, being that it's reusable. So it's Royal Australian Air Force launch system number 01, and it's like beware of blast, various warnings. So yeah, that's why it's a different colour. It was intentional. And oh dear, sorry, and the different colour and the more worn look, because, well, it's been used a few times because it's just a booster, whereas the command module or the ship itself, you know, is more maintained. Very glossy at the moment because, like I said, I've been doing decals and there's more to go, so I haven't put the flat coat on yet. So yeah, this is RAAF Australia SAV 1892. So Royal Australian Air Force Australia. What did I say? SAV, Space Asset Vehicle, 1882. More to come. Thank you. Well, hello. Some more on the Australia. So rather than the big spine, here is my docking assembly. Created some extra supports just out of these really thick styrene rods, which I can't find at the moment, but there's the remnants of it. So that worked well. So I suppose I'll paint that today and start on the drive section, and then yeah, more to follow. But yeah, I'm very pleased with how that came about. Hi, so my built short docking collar and airlock assembly for the Australia that I'm making from the Moebius Discovery kit has turned out really well. I couldn't have hoped for any better, I should say. Debating what decals, if any, I'm going to put on here, but we'll see. So yeah, so far, ripper. Okay, back here with the Australia. I apologise, I've well and truly jumped ahead here. I've done majority of the drive section with the, well, really most of the painting done. There's like 4 or 5 shades of grey in there, and obviously a blend coat, and it's had the flat coat, but I've got to do other bits and pieces yet, detail work. All the grey on this ship, I probably should have called it the HMA as Fat Aussie Housewife. You know, 50 Shades of Grey. Bitches love 50 Shades of Grey. But anyway, that's what I've achieved today, and I jumped the gun and went ahead with this because my phone was flat, and well, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not feeling very well. But yeah, thank you, more to come. Australia from the Moebius Discovery model, coming along well, and today is engine day. What else can I say? Engine day. Engine day, you know, brum brum, or growl growl, spacey fly away, engines. I'm going to go with metallic. It'll be black undercoat, probably then gunmetal, and I might even go a bit further up the scale with a lighter dusting of a shinier silver, and then get some sort of blue glow happening in here. I've got a pretty iridescent blue paint that might do the trick, so we'll see. More to come. Okay, mint. On the 7th day, Steve said, "Let there be engines." And they look great. I'm very pleased with that. It's going to be a cool model. I've just got the weapons and dish and a few decals to go if they ever fucking arrive. But yeah. Sweet. Hey everyone, I very much apologise. I started off this morning trying to figure out the weapons mount for the Australia, and I could not build something that didn't look like absolute shit on the model. So I suppose we'll just have to assume that it's armed somewhere, somehow, like torpedo tubes or something, who knows. But to get over my frustration, I hooked in and built the antenna array, which turned out pretty well, and I've mounted that. And obviously, being that it's not the Discovery, it's not where everybody thinks it should be, so I'll probably cop some hate for that, but I don't give a fuck because it's my model. Anyway, yeah. Australia, and I know I said yesterday that I had given up on arming it because, well, this ended up looking ridiculous, but I went through my bits box because I forgot I had some stuff, and I have made these wee little turrets which are far more just better on every front. So yeah, I'll get them painted and on the model, and more to follow. And then she was armed. That turned out pretty good. I like it. So one facing aft on an arc, one facing forward on an arc. So it avoids that and that. But yeah, she's ready for decals, which arrived today, thank Christ. More to come. I shall make you dizzy. Dizzy, I tell you. Oh, no, we are going the other way. Good morning, and that's right. It's decal day for the Australia. I jumped the gun a bit, but yes. So more to follow, and pictures, and after it's all done, flat coat, and we're done, and I can piece this video together and see how much hate I get. Ciao. Good afternoon, and we are done with the Australia. Deckled, clear coated, varnished, blah 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 blah. So engines, ventral weapons, oh sorry, dorsal weapons, ventral, RAAF logo, comms tower, docking assembly. I did repaint this because the off-white was just, I didn't like it come the end. Name of the ship, more logos, Royal Australian Air Force, more logos, RAAF if you can see it. I really love how the weapons turned out, and just various details that I dug out of things and stuff. Airlock, hatches, cargo 1 and 2, escape bay, name of the ship, ship registry, and some nose art, because why not? Whoops. And yeah, Royal Australian Air Force, some more logoing, and that's it. Oh, the base. Nah, it's not going to work, but there's the name of the ship there. Whoop. And RAAF logo. Very simple, crappy looking base, but you don't want it to take away from the rest of the model. So yeah, I will appreciate constructive criticism and or feedback.